I wanted to send out a quick video today on a discussion that I came about today with a client. It was a discussion on warming up, cooling down. What's the purpose of it? She had been challenged that she wasn't warming up properly. She, quote unquote, admitted that when she got done working out or playing a sport or an activity, she just left. She just didn't have the time, And really the question is what kind of value is in a warm up and a cool down, so that she might engage in that type of activity. So when we got into the warm up, it was the usual rhetoric. We know that we want to improve circulation. We want to upregulate dormant tissue that would benefit us through our activity. And that all made sense to her, and it's stuff she had heard before. And then cool down, she said, spoke up and said, well, that's just going to really bring us back to the neutral, get our body set back. And the answer was yes, absolutely. But there's more. And it brought me to a discussion and a video that I had watched by Dr. David Taberio from the Gray Institute. And he said something to me that really struck a chord. And he was talking about lumbar facet pain. And he said, our bodies weren't necessarily designed to do the activities that we love to do. We might love to throw a baseball. We might love golf. We might want to swing a baseball bat, throw a football, lift weights, whatever it happens to be. It's our passion. We love it. But that doesn't mean it's good for our body. The very art of throwing a ball can create all these throwing a baseball can generate all these forces through our lumbar region that can create pain. So the idea was looking at it and saying, well, what could we do for our quote-unquote cool down that was not just looking at the traditional reasons, but how could we reverse the potential damage day after day of playing or doing the activities that we enjoy? And we looked at it and asked, and I said to her, the idea is, how do we rewind that activity? How do we bring our body back to a neutral position or a neutral state? So for example, if I just played 18 holes of golf and unfortunately shot a 100, not counting the range work prior to, I've just taken 100 swings right-handed. Well, it would behoove me in my cool down to simply walk over to the range and start taking shots left-handed. Rewind, unwind, whatever you want to call it, but reverse it. And she said, oh, now that has some value to her. She says, when I get done with a run, I've got, whether it's calf pain, whether it's my anterior front hip, whether it's low back, she says, so what you're saying is I should reverse run? And I said, yes, that would be one great strategy. Make sure, of course, you're safe in the proper environments. But yes, do some retro running, reverse run, tweak your feet, do the opposite of what you just did for 20 or 30 minutes. And so she said, all right, you got me. That has some value to it. So what I would challenge you guys out there is to look at the activities you perform. It doesn't have to be just your fitness. We're not just talking about traditional fitness workouts, such like that. But look at it, whether it is weightlifting, whether it is golf, whether you're playing basketball, pickleball. It could be, well, I enjoy playing video games, or I enjoy doing office work. Well, how do you offset that? If you've just been playing video games for an hour, well, what are you going to do about that? You've been in this position, your whole body's been kind of in this triple flex position at your hips, your knees, your thoracic spine, you lean forward. What would you do with it? How would you unwind the body? So that's my coach's corner tip of the day, is to look at the activity you're doing and make sure that you look at, well, how could I cool that down effectively? How could I reverse it? And just maybe you might do your cool down. All right, take care till next time.